104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports. And luckily this week, you're home for awesome craft beers as we get ready for Brewfest Saturday over at the Polo Association. It's going to be, you can still, I think there's still VIP tickets left. So you can get in there as early as 1 and start sampling, or get the regular admission start at 2. It's all Saratoga Brewfest, and there's plenty of tents. This is rain or shine. And if you have enough Shmaltz beers, you don't even notice it's raining. Mike from Shmaltz Brewery joining us right now. Mike, thanks for bringing in some presents.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, see, this is how I want every one of these shows to go moving forward. Mike walks in, he goes, "Look, guys, I brought 4. What do you want to do, 2?" I'm like, it'd be rude not to take all 4,
yeah,
I think.
No, absolutely.
Right?
Try it all.
Right. So let's just start throwing back and having a good time
all right,
here.
We're doing the first one, the big dark one. So this guy's going to be your first one.
All right.
So our very first one is part of our local line. It's called 838 Plump Monk. We do a local brews called 518 and 838 Craft. All that stuff for our 38 state footprint stays here in upstate New York. And it is our farm brewery brand that we have. So all made with mostly New York State ingredients in this beer. But you got a nice Belgian dark ale with really good little candy sugar and plum puree in there. It's actually our new.
So different.
Right? I don't know if Mike saw our reactions, but we both had the same reaction. We're like, whoa, what is this?
Right. Well, because you see a beer this color and you go, okay, it's going to be coffee, it's going to be chocolate.
All that dark
nutty
flavor.
No, this is something completely different.
With that nice, darker, brighter fruit, and then you get some really good kind of brown candy sugar flavor going on in there. This is actually an awesome project for us because this is our new head brewer, Chris Duffy's homebrew recipe.
Ooh.
So
really?
That's actually him on the can, the monk in the shadow. That's Chris right there.
Very cool.
So we immortalized him in a nice, really good beer brand.
Looks just enough like Jeremy, too, that you could have told me either, and I would have
go either way.
You did a fantastic job on this. This is great.
Yeah, it's such an awesome beer.
This is, so we, man, I am, all right, that's just so different. It caught me completely off guard. The way it looks, you would think the taste profile completely different. Very cool. Something you've got to try, especially since you can only get it here. That's
Absolutely.
good. Now we're going to, these are some of the ones that actually are, you can find, a couple of these you can actually find in my fridge.
Nice.
So let's move on to the next one.
So next one we're going to do is this guy for you. Slingshot. This is our year-round lager. Most of the year we do it in bottles for like just normal people, but for the summertime we do this in cans. And this is just your light, easy, everyday drinking lawnmower beer. Made with mostly a Pilsner malt with a touch of rye and wheat to give you that light, fluffy body. And then we dry hop it with citra hops to give that little bit of orange, grapefruit, lemon zest that's on the back end. Kind of kick you into high gear.
Mike, you're the first person besides myself who designates beers lawnmower beers.
Dude,
that I've heard. Right.
Lawnmower or like couch beers, or you got your late night beers that you go home, you lock the door, put the keys on the wall, and you're not going anywhere.
Turn the ringer off.
Just ignore
the world.
Were you and Mike separated at birth?
Might be. Might be.
My
I mean, we are
goodness,
some good looking dudes.
The beer, the face, the lawnmower beers, the couch beers, the late night. You guys might be related.
Maybe hiding it.
Well, we're beer brothers. We're beer brothers
for sure.
Well, anything that's got like that citrus, easy drinking to it. I want to do out in the yard.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And as a homeowner, if you're in the yard, you better be pushing a mower because otherwise there's gonna be a problem. This is this is really good. Slingshot's really. This is one of my I usually have a couple of these kicking around the house no matter what. So
well,
we gotta hide them because everybody takes them instead of the cheap beers.
That's awesome. Well, this guy, whole summer we're gonna be doing cans in this, 6-packs and 12-packs. The whole entire summer.
Yeah,
so
I've always had bottles. I didn't know there were cans. So I'm like, that's exciting for the boats and stuff.
Very first time last year, so we're rolling into our second year full time doing cans. It's a really fun experiment, and it's an awesome first for us.
It just makes travel easier. You know what I mean? Yeah,
travel
more in a cooler. If you're on your buddy's boat, they don't like you can't bring glass on the boat after the last time you got drunk, Levack, whatever. So this makes it so I can bring this one. This is a carry along. I'm excited about this now.
Oh yeah.
Now we're getting to the IPA range.
Oh yeah, so this is our big heavy hitter, number one seller, number one that we produce the whole year. This guy is our Hop Mana IPA. Everybody always has a fun name. Like they call it like Hop Mania or Hop M something or other, Hop Mama, whatever it is. Even though we have both of those beers that we have made, but we make this year round. Awesome beer that kind of tells a little bit of history of Shmaltz with their nice big West Coast style hops that are in it, nice sweet East Coast malts, and then we actually triple dry hop this with Citra, Cascade, and Centennial hops that give it that more floral, earthy tone to it. But then it finishes nice and smooth with that malt, little sweet, little easy going.
If you like IPAs but you don't like the super bitter IPAs, this is your beer.
Yeah. We got you nice and undercut, but not like too bad. So you get that best of both worlds that are in there. This can kind of be your transition beer if like, you know, you're drinking your like New England style, really juicy, fruity styles, but you want to get in the more kind of what's now considered old school with the West Coast style, really bitter, but you can't really drink a bunch of that yet.
This is my fall beer. Nice. This is my fall.
Nice.
See, yeah, you go summer with Slingshot, fall with Hot Mana.
You do winter with Messiah.
You know what? I got my hands on a bunch of the Funky Jubilation for a while.
Ooh.
And that's such a different, like that with like the bourbon undertones and the stuff. Like, like you start the first sip, I'm like, I don't know if I like this, and like 3 sips later, I'm like, this is mine. Okay, nobody come here.
There you go.
I carry a pocket knife. I will use it.
That's awesome.
So all right, Mike from Shmaltz here. We're getting ready for Brewfest Saturday. Rain or shine, we're gonna have a blast, as you can tell, with all these great beers. So we did the 838. It's got to be time for the 518.
It is. So now is for our lower ABV session beers that we release. It's called 518 Craft. Obviously just representing the upstate New York area code. Also with the ABV percentage on there. But this is a nice Belgian wheat with a touch of sour cherry.
Oh, my goodness.
So you're going to taste all that nice kind of Belgian wheat basic flavor of orange and coriander. So that gives you that little spicy pepper corn flavor in the middle. And then we put that sour cherry to get you on the back end with that nice subtle hint of fruitiness. So
Definitely
this is
on the back end right there. I felt that fruitiness. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So this is that one you want to take on the boat. You want to be lawnmower beer. This is your outdoor perfect thing for people coming out on Saturday. We're going to be sampling this brand new guy for people to be like enjoying the hot weather, want something a little more refreshing than just being crushed by IPAs and stouts and whatever else is going to be out on Saturday afternoon.
This might take, I'm sorry to tell you, this might end up taking the place of the
No, that's all right.
This is
That's your summer seasonal you can crush on right there.
Yeah, I mean, because so everybody's pushing, you know, grapefruit and everything. I've become really a fan of like grapefruit in the beer, but there's not a lot of the cherry in the beer right now. At least not a lot of the ones that I've been running into.
Yeah, it's not really
unique.
being a mainstream product right now because, like I was talking to guys before, is you can go kind of two ways with this beer. You can keep it nice and subtle, a little more laid back like it is now, or we could overdose this thing with cherries to make it really upfront, but it would turn medicinal. So it's like you've been drinking straight like NyQuil cherry flavor or something like that. And we don't want that to happen for you, and I don't think people want to be drinking a whole lot of that as well.
I love the can. It's got the horses for toga, the local wake up call. It's 518 somewhere.
Oh yeah.
I dig this.
Stealing that Jimmy Buffett line all day.
What are the meetings like at Shmaltz Brewery? Like, is it just like somebody comes in with a beer and everybody's like, dude, that's too ordinary. Let's do something. Let's kick that up a notch.
Sometimes we do a little bit of that, or like on the days when, like you're talking about Funky Jubilation, that's like, oh, we call it a little bit of our dock beer because we store all of our sour barrels where that beer kind of matures is in the back of our docks where all our shipments go out. So like that meeting is get together, try 30 different barrels, and then see what tastes good together as our owner and our QC guy and our new head brewer mix them together and see what goes on. And then like, you know, at the end of it, you're like, hey, we got this really funky beer A and we got this really funky beer B. Let's go for it.
Yeah, it's never the same twice. Like each season, the Funky Jubilation is different.
What's it going to take for us to get there and have
for
a
the dock meeting?
A live show.
An Uber, because I'm not driving.
I was going to say we have to have a couple rides, or you know, if you got those guys interns can roll around, take you anywhere.
I love this.
You got this Spa City Brew Bus tour comes and visit us every now and then if you like to do that.
Dude, I'm totally this 518 Saratoga Sunrise. I've never had anything like it. I love it. It's really, really good. Shmaltz Brewery, Mike, you guys are going to be at the Brewfest.
Sir.
And you said you're going to have the 518 Saratoga Sunrise for people to sample?
So we're going to be pouring this 518 Saratoga Sunrise for you to try, and then another really good barrel-aged sour called Hanukkah in Napa in July.
I love that.
So we took our Hanukkah beer from last year. We aged it in different wine barrels for 6 months from the Napa Valley from a company that sued us. And then we served it up in July as kind of like a half Hanukkah, half Christmas kind of thing, celebrating the half year.
Well, and like, do you guys? A lot of it is experimentation and malts. Like Shmaltz, do you ever get a barrel and you're like, this is not, this ain't gonna work.
100%.
What happens to that? Just like goes down the sewer and there's crazy rats running around.
Ninja Turtles are drinking it with
right.
pizza.
That would be pretty funny. We get some weird mutant Ninja Turtles going around. I'm like, I just need all your beer. I don't care about anything else. I don't want to fight anybody. No world domination. Just like put me up in a cot with your production line.
I'm not gonna do any ninja stuff, but if you got a funnel, I will rock one of those little barrels.
No, oh my God.
What happens with like the ones that don't work?
So for the most part, like either we can sit on that barrel and let it still mature and see how the flavor goes and see how it ages, and we'll keep trying it throughout the years. Or, I mean, if it comes down to it, I mean, we can just dump it down the drain just like that you're talking about. It gets all sanitized.
Well, it's quality control, so you got to make sure you like it when it comes out.
It happens.
It's always just so, like I said, I remember the first time I drank Funky Jubilation, I'm like, oh, you know, okay, I like this. This is good. And the second time I had it, I was like, this is not what I had last. This is not the same thing.
Yeah, that's the good thing about that is it's always evolving, always ever changing. We're always putting new beer in different barrels. And we're like, you know, we'll take this 518 Summer and put it in a barrel, as we did with last year's 518 Summer, and put that into different barrels. And then we'll try it, and you have different flavor combinations you can play with.
And then you'll do Star Trek beer sometimes. So,
and then, yeah, we have that awesome Star Trek brand. We're killing. This is our third year we're going on. We do 3 different versions throughout the year. We'll do one in the beginning, one in the middle for San Diego Comic-Con, and the full Star Trek convention in Vegas.
That's crazy.
And then we'll do one for like the winter time. And every year, you know, highlighting different series. Original was like old school William Shatner. Last year was Next Generation for the 30th anniversary. This year we're celebrating Deep Space Nine's 25th anniversary. So that's why we're kind of tying everything in. The first one for this year was Mirror Universe Terrans Unite, which you can find on the shelves now. Awesome little India Pale Lager. It's an awesome beer.
Gotta try that. Mike, man, we appreciate you bringing all this stuff. I've almost finished the whole can of the Saratoga Sunrise, so you're not getting that one back. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I got more for you if you like it.
Favorite guest. All right. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys get your tickets. Don't miss out on trying this stuff over at Brewfest, and make sure that you love it. You try it. You try it. You don't like it. At least you tried it, and now you know. And I'm telling you, you're gonna love it, especially this one. This is gonna fill up some fridge space. I got a feeling this is gonna be an issue. Mike, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys having me.